I'm Zachary Widener with Vanguard TV. Culinary Arts has been cooking up quite a storm this year. Here's Julian Canlis with the hot skillet.
One of the new additions to LTHS this year has been the class of Culinary Arts. The instructor, Mrs. Fisher, has been teaching students how to successfully handle food and prepare it.
Well, it is a career prep class. It's considered career and technical education, so it can help them in multiple ways. So for the people who really enjoy the culinary arts and they follow the CTE track, they can actually work as a chef or as a cook in a professional restaurant. So they actually will have on-the-job training and skills that will allow them to go out into the workforce and make money. But also, if you're not doing it for that reason, you have a home skill, a life skill that's going to stick with you for the rest of your life because you never forget how to cook.
This 6 weeks, the class has been preparing for their food handler certification by taking notes and observing the correct procedures in order to maintain food safety.
This class is unique because it doesn't only teach you cooking, it teaches you everything in between, like cleaning, baking, like being in the food industry, especially like the workforce, and how to be a healthy, sanitized, how to live a sanitized life.
I really love cooking, and I actually found that I could use that somewhere in my future, and hopefully I want to go into the culinary arts business, like cooking and stuff.
Overall, culinary arts students have been advancing their knowledge and skills over food safety and food preparation. This has been Julian Canlis reporting for the Vanguard.
You know what's funnier than 24? 25. Here's Zach Burnings with coverage on Algebra 1 and Algebra 2.
11 weeks in, algebra classes have been using all their skills for tests and projects. The students have been taking notes and learning about sequencing and solving quadratics.
I feel like students are doing really well in Algebra 2. They're catching on to things very quickly, working well together, asking great questions. I think overall, they're loving Algebra 2.
Freshmen have been taking their time to fully understand sequencing through skill checks and preparing for their sequencing projects.
I think a lot of our kids are going home, they're putting in the time that is needed, studying, doing their homework, checking to make sure they understand the homework, because really that's the important part. It's more than just writing the right answer down. You have to understand why you got to that right answer.
It's good. I mean, it's kind of hard at first, and then, you learn it.
I think they're picking it up pretty well. They have a good foundation from their middle school teachers, and that really shows when we start going into these higher level concepts that they're digging into.
Algebra 2 have been learning quadratics and are preparing for their next test.
And I think a lot of the Algebra 2 kids are just happy to be back in Algebra. And Algebra 2 is kind of back to the way they know how to think, and it's hard, but it's giving them a lot more experience, doing something that they already like, that they liked when they took it the first time.
Algebra 1 will be working on finishing their project, and Algebra 2 students will be working towards their big test.
They'll see examples of projects that were successful, and that way they know exactly where they need to go.
This has been Zach Burnings from Vanguard TV.
Without band, our school would be flat. October was Marching Band's UIL month. Here's Annie Lamis marching on with the coverage.
Our Trailblazer Marching Band has performed amazingly this season, but the road wasn't easy. Their multiple awards and title of Grand Champions of the Don Hannah Marching Competition came from hours of hard work and rehearsing.
We start our season in late July with our leadership camp, percussion camp, and guard camp, almost every single day from 8 a.m. till 3:30 p.m. Well, during each week, we typically have one afternoon rehearsal, and the rest are in the morning.
Rehearsals are long, and sometimes they're really tiring, but at the end, once you perform, it's like all worth it.
It's fun to dance to all the cadences and get all hyped for the football team.
Football games are fun because you get to perform for your friends and like your family.
I think making finals at Little M was a great step for our program. It validated the students, their hard work that they've been doing.
It was surreal because last year we made 11th at Little M, which was one place away from finals. We got 6th place overall at that competition.
In 6th place, Lebanon Trail High School.
It was crazy, like no one really was expecting to make it. We just went to have fun, and it was even better to win.
This is the first time our band has ever made finals, and it was just really exciting to see all our hard work pay off.
Again, it was completely insane. We had no idea we got top of our class.
I honestly think the band directors were more surprised than the students were that we placed first in prelims at Don Hannah. We honestly had no clue that we would finish that high.
We were all in like disbelief, but also like just excitement that all our hard work had got us so far.
I thought we dropped from first to second, from prelims to finals. Then they announced Outstanding Visual, and Lebanon Trail won, and they announced Outstanding Music, and we also won. And at that point, I realized that we had finished first. It was super exciting. The kids went nuts, and it was just extremely rewarding as a band director.
It was crazy. I've never felt anything like that, and I think it'll be a little while before I ever feel something like that again. It was just crazy.
And the grand champion of the 2017 Don Hannah Memorial Marching Band Contest, Lebanon Trail.
It was really memorable, and I don't think it's something we'll ever forget because this is like probably the biggest time and the first time our band has proved ourselves.
This past weekend was the Trailblazer Band's first time to go to UIL marching competition, and I'm happy to say that we got straight ones.
UIL was really exciting because we got to see what the final output of all our work, just to see the progress we've made ever since the beginning of the season.
On November 11th, our band will be participating in the Frisco Community Parade. Come out to watch them perform. Congratulations to our marching band on an impressive season. From Vanguard TV, I'm Annie Lamis.
Our LTHS sports have been wrapping up new seasons along with starting new ones. Here's Jake Steele with the coverage.
Good afternoon, Blazers. The LTHS volleyball program is wrapping up their season as they will be heading into varsity. The LTHS JV team will finish their season with an impressive record of 27-3 after beating the Green Hill Junior Varsity with a score of 3-0. The LTHS freshman A team closed their season with an undefeated record of 29-0, beating the Green Hill freshman A team 2-0. Freshman B team closed their season 17-6 and suffered a tough loss against the John Paul freshman B team with a score of 2-0.
I think we need to improve on communication on the court and just trusting each other. We played a lot of A teams, so like the A team games that we played, we won almost all of them. So I feel like we just proved ourselves that we can be A teams. Just practicing and working together more, and I feel like we're going to be a great team. So it should be a great season next year.
Honestly, just getting more touches is always helpful. I feel like we had a pretty successful season, and we don't really need to work on anything in specific, but just touches and practicing. The game we had last night actually is our last game against Green Hill. It was a pretty big game because we had played them twice already and lost both times, but we actually beat them last night, so that was awesome.
It felt really good to go from such an uncompetitive level in middle school to be playing JV teams and still to win. Probably our Green Hill game, which was actually our last game and we played them before, or an Allen game at the fish fry tournament. Just reps and communication.
The whole LTHS volleyball program did a fantastic job this year, finishing the season off with perfect records. I'm Jake Steele, reporting for Vanguard TV.
Thanks for watching. If you have any story ideas or suggestions, please visit our website at lthsvanguard.com. From Vanguard TV, I'm Zachary Widener. Have a great day, Blazers.